What's going on, guys? Welcome back. More Madden 15 commentary. Do me a favor, take a moment, like button, subscribe button, criticism in the comment section, Twitter, Shutdown Safety is my username. Want to talk about double team pass blocks in this video and the consistency at how a double team pass block is actually the first block beat in this game. And this is a great example for a variety of reasons, quarterback movement being one of them. But this is something that I want you guys to look at in your games. Clint Oldenburg watches a lot of my videos. He just actually watched one earlier in the week. I'd love to know what his opinions on this are and why, because I'll give you my interpretation of what happens, but I'd love to know the real actual problems behind this. So we've got two pretty good linemen here, Unger and Carpenter. They're going up against a single defensive tackle, and they do a pretty good job right off the bat of getting control of him. But then this is where the game's animations seem to start to have a problem. It's almost like you get them in like a turnstile, because now I've kind of pushed Unger away, and I'm actually going to get him to where he's kind of in front of me in terms of positioning. And I've got Carpenter out kind of at a bad angle, and there's no real animations for Unger to come back or Carpenter to slide over. So once I get kind of in between them like this, that's when generally they get beat. So here you can see Unger goes up in front, there's no way for him to get back, Carpenter loses position, so of course I'm going to kind of get a clean path through them. Now the reason I bring this up is across the board you can take a look at every other interaction, and they're not only still being held, but they still were held the duration of the play. Now, as we talked about with the interactions with Wilson here, he basically sees the pressure come through, he acts like he's going to run over to where I'm user controlling the defensive end, and then actually does a pretty good job at being evasive. And I'm not going to hate on this too much because it is Russell Wilson, and he does have a tendency to play this way, so he kind of shrugs this defensive tackle off. But here's where we talked about both players getting beat and really just the way the game lacks fundamentals. And you're going to see it really in such a clear picture as Unger runs back, as Carpenter runs back. Here they are face to face. Two offensive linemen behind a quarterback that's about to get sacked by a defensive end. And it just looks so bad because you would never really see something like this take place in the NFL because they just don't know their positions. And in fact, Unger gets so out of position here that as I go over and I sack Wilson, I actually have to push him through Unger to get him down onto the ground. And to me, it's just interesting that all of this is predicated off the fact that the double team block that should be the most effective in the game is actually the first one to get beat. So just to watch it from Wilson's perspective, I'd love to know your guys' opinions on this. I appreciate you checking it out, and as always, you know I will be back in the week with more content.